Hey YouTube, Simon Dixon here. My updates have been getting a bit long, so I promise you a short one today. Famous last words from Simon Dixon. Today's a really simple and clear message, and that is, think about yourself. When you make decisions from a place of fear, they tend to be your worst decisions. Now I understand sometimes we're in situations where we have to fight or flight, but decisions made from a place of fear tend to be the worst decisions. I don't know if you've ever had the experience where you let emotion get the better of you, that emotion is boiling up inside you, you write that really angry email, you make those accusations, you make judgments, you make rash decisions, and then you look back and I just realized I haven't put my microphone in. Hopefully this is okay on the YouTube mic. Probably not as good sound as usual, but you make those decisions from a place of fear. We've done this throughout history, and my fear is that we're going to do the same again with the latest violence and outbreaks, invasions and wars and everything that comes next. So think back in history. I think, we've all been through, depending on your age, we went through 9/11. 9/11 led to the introduction of laws and regulations that completely destroyed the user experience of money, whereby innocent people are punished for the actions of bad. That when later was used not really to prevent anti-money laundering, but more for tax collection, and the complete really ruining of the user experience of money when there could have been much better ways. But decisions were made out of fear, and those fear events tend to drive those decisions. We saw it during the financial crisis. During the financial crisis, we decided to take taxpayers' money, use it to bail out the banks, save the financial system. Rather than implementing financial reform, we decided to prop up the Ponzi scheme even further and solve the problem with the cause of the problem, leading to the complete destruction of the balance sheets of both central banks and governments, and an inflationary spiral that led to the world's largest regulated Ponzi scheme, where markets were used in order to prop up completely unsustainable markets for over a decade, and we're feeling the punishment in terms of inflation and destruction that is being caused right now. We saw the same with the pandemic. Decisions were made where the removal of freedoms, basic freedoms, were removed. We end up with those, these changes have lasting effects. So while they go in the moment, I can understand when you make these momentary fear-based decisions, but they tend not to come back later, and they're not reversed. They always get more aggressive, and then repackaged for another means. So in the pandemic, we got used to signing over our basic freedoms, opting into lots of applications and data. And then later that data will be used against us for the creation of central bank digital currencies that will be integrated into the bad decisions of the past. So we had anti-money laundering laws that ruin the freedoms and punish the innocent for the acts of the bad. We then had the financial crisis that rehypothecated a debt-based Ponzi scheme using the same laws and regulations. And then during the pandemic, we're going to end up with central bank digital currencies so that we can have a fiscal and monetary union where government's agendas are integrated into our currencies, and based upon the rules and regulations, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So now is the time, during this time of disgusting acts from leaders that are literally leading to death and the killing of innocent people. We're going to use those fear-based decisions to launch financial weapons of mass destruction, which leads to the complete destruction of the finances of innocent people that has nothing to do with their leaders' decisions. That comes in several forms. It comes in hyperinflation on the extreme. It comes, which is what people are experiencing in economies like Venezuela and Argentina and Turkey. And then it comes into the complete destruction of economies like we're now experiencing in Russia and Afghanistan. And it also leads to a slow destruction of wealth in the forms and savings in the forms of negative interest rates, inflation, which is what we see in countries like America and UK and various other countries. or it may just lead to the complete shift in ideology from free markets to more socialist-led markets to more communist-led markets, which is what we're seeing as a global trend at the moment. So my simple message is that we could use this event in order to see the opportunity in not coming from a place of fear, but coming from a place of learning what you see, seeing a new possibility. As a result of seeing that new possibility, taking a new action, as a result of taking that new action, seeing a different result, and as a result, seeing that different result, developing a new belief system, what is possible. We're seeing that happen in countries like El Salvador, where they're deciding no more IMF debt. We'll look at alternative models. We'll build an economy based upon freedom of finance, and we'll utilize digital hard sound money, and coming from a place not fear-based thinking, but using fear to channel new innovation and new thoughts and new reinvention is where I think we need to go next. My fear is that it will just be used to have more aggressive financial censorship, more aggressive anti-money laundering laws that punish the innocent rather than get to the wealthy and the criminals in the first place that end up finding another way anyway. And it will lead to the removal of freedoms and the launch of central bank digital currencies, which is somewhat inevitable. I'm not going to fight that trend. These are happening. That is the world of fiat money. But when it leads to fear-based decisions like the banning of Bitcoin or something in your country, we've seen what that does. We've seen this before. Instead of allowing all the innovation, all the jobs to go to another country, and then the solution still exists anyway, we've got to embrace what has been invented, the gifts that we've been given in the world, the gift of digital hard sound money, the gift of being able to put records on blockchains where if the criminals make transactions on that blockchain, they have immutable records and the innocent people don't need to be punished for the acts of criminals. So embrace what the world has given us, the gift that the world has given, and all decisions made from a place of fear tend to be the wrong decisions when your mind is in tune to innovation and doing things a better way without the fear of the past. So that is my simple message. Sorry if this sound messed up, I just forgot to put my microphone on. I wanted to give a quick update. Fear-based decisions do not lead to the best results, and we've seen that throughout history. And so always remember, you are alive at one of the most interesting and exciting times in financial history. Those that don't use the innovation are going to be on the wrong side of financial history. Those that do are going to be on the right side. So if you subscribe to this channel, if you like and share this channel, if you hit the bell symbol, hit all, then YouTube will notify you and I'll make sure you're on the right side of this financial change. Peace.